Welcome in, you guys. I hope this finds you well. Wow, that's interesting. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, there's a little bit of chaos, but it's not yours. It's like you're picking up on some energies of people around you that are going through some stuff, or maybe you talked to somebody, you were guided to a certain location and you met a certain stranger, acquaintance, but there was something about that meeting. You guys like had some kind of energetic exchange. I'm getting like a checkpoint, like a marathon, like when somebody crosses the checkpoint or something. Let's get a overall message or energy card. Okay, so we have own the room. You're allowed to take up space. That's very interesting that both of those cards came out that way. Success is already in motion. So whoever you are, it's time to really own the room. You already know success is yours. The yellow brick road could be significant. Excuse me. Something about the throat chakra, speaking up, owning the room, owning your voice, your roar like the lion. Taking up space, yeah. Oh, I just love that these came out together. You're allowed to take up as much space as you need. And actually, when you feel like you're taking up more space, you're expanding. Your consciousness, your awareness is expanding. Your confidence is expanding. So it's time to own the room. You're allowed to take up space. I am going to take that card, actually. Success is already in motion for you, 212. Time to shine. I feel like this is going to get really deep on some kind of level. We're going to just tinker in this for a second. Confidence is a decision, not a feeling. Presence, self-leadership, bold energy, personal power. Visibility, owning your worth. You don't have to wait until you feel confident to act confident. Confidence is something you choose. Moment by moment, breath by breath. It's a posture, a mindset, a powerful decision to believe in your presence and speak with your full chest, even if your voice shakes. This is giving me showing up scared, kind of like shaking, but it's something that needs to be done, that you know needs to be done. This card is your permission slip to stop playing small. Whether you're stepping into a literal room, a new opportunity, or a bigger version of yourself, own it. Walk in like you belong, because you do. Lead with your energy before you say a single word. Confidence doesn't mean you never doubt. It means you move anyway. If you've been shrinking, questioning yourself, or struggling to be seen, this card reminds you that you don't need more proof. You don't need more choice. Oh, you need more choice. Confidence isn't something granted by others. It's something claimed from within. You don't need to be louder, flashier, or more polished. You just need to trust that your presence is enough. Let people adjust to your energy, not the other way around. So this is giving like lowering yourself, dimming your light to accommodate those around you, or maybe being a little too hasty by sharing first. It's really a read the room kind of situation, and having discernment, allowing others to speak freely, because your energy pulls it out of people. So people probably come up to you and share very intimate details about themselves, and sometimes they probably walk away and they're like, holy crap, why did I tell them that? People share very intimate things with you because your soul is very trusting. They unconsciously pick up how good with secrets you are. You're not one to go out and gossip and, go tell everybody what this person just told you. You know, confidentiality, basically. Where in my life am I waiting to feel confident before I show up? What does it mean to own the room in a way that feels authentic to me? What would I do differently if I believed I was already enough? Yeah, putting your mindset and visualizing already being enough, already having that dream partner. That's why meditations, visualizations, not picturing a person, picturing an energy. I like to just look at a silhouette of an ideal male physique and adding in the qualities of morality, integrity, somebody that is I can always rely on to believe in me and know the proper ethics of, like, if they were to hear something, they would come to me first, without assuming or jumping to conclusions or believing somebody else's story. There's a lot of characteristics and specific details that should be added, and we need to let the universe and spirit and ourselves know, like, this is what we're looking for. We're not looking for anything else, because we're knocking down, we're creating, it's like, oh, here's a list of 100 things, give us your top 10 that you love. It's like you're knocking things down to cultivate and manifest the ideal relationships, partners, friendships that are cohesive to what you are looking for in your life. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. Take 3 grounding breaths. Say aloud, I belong here. I own my space. I trust my voice. Then walk into your next room, conversation or challenge with that energy leading the way. Then walk into your next room, conversation or challenge with that energy leading the way. That's what it says. I don't wait for confidence. I create it. I own my energy, my worth, my space. Show up boldly today in one area where you've been holding back. Speak up in the meeting. Introduce yourself with presence. Make the ask. Okay. Take up more space on purpose and let the room rise to meet you. So when you are around other people, when you are having acquaintances and whatnot, play around with it. Experiment with it. Maybe you're used to talking and wanting to share because you have so much beautiful knowledge, and you're just like, okay, I want to do what I'm here to do and share all this knowledge, but you already hold it in a frequency way. So it's almost a next level challenge of not speaking. Observe how your frequency, when you step into a room, how do people react? How do they shift? I don't know if I want to say that. That's kind of weird, but whatever. I'm hearing, those people that want to sit in the corner and whisper and like create a narrative. I'm hearing that if you overhear somebody, stand in your power, you walk and you own that room and you walk right up there, because on a soul level, you have rank and you have compassion. That's why you have that rank. And it's going up and saying, that's really unnecessary. We aren't children. We can actually, if there is something that you'd like to add or that you'd like to speak about me, speak up. I'm right here. You can speak up and say it to me. Whatever the situation may be, and it's not in a arrogant, this is just calling it out where it needs to be called out. Because if somebody's lying on your neck, it's no more letting it slide. This is you have authority, you have rank. It's like being the principal and then not doing anything. Oh yeah, well I'm just gonna be passive. No, you have authority. It's about owning that voice and saying, you're not one to project energy. So you're not judgmental, you're not taking it personally. It's just like, hey, no, knock it off. it's like a little puppy or a kitten that's like nibbling and stuff. It's not a huge deal. They're learning. Everybody's learning. So it's like, that's why you have this rank. That's why you have this position, because, and now you're just learning to not be the really, it's kind of like a villain era. Other people might take it as a villain era, but you are putting people in their place because they're getting out of line. They're straying from the path. And you're just over here like, hello. The path is over here. It's literally lit up. Do you see this path? It's lit up. I'm glowing. I've seen it, and you're leading people there with your energy, with your frequency. And again, sometimes we don't even need to say anything. Sometimes it's just your presence that's needed in a situation. So you could be called to a certain location, being spontaneous, allowing spirit to have days where there's nothing planned. Wow, I just really started speaking loud. What did I just say? Oh my God. Literally looks like she's going on an adventure, like a spontaneous adventure. Rite of passage, shifting roles and seasons. Number 29. I love this. Okay, it is time for an initiation. You are changing from one form to another, moving from one state to another. As a child goes from within the womb to be born, or a child breaks out of its shell, it may be violent, painful, internally shattering, but the shell you've incubated no longer serves a purpose. The cycles and transitions in life are inevitable, but society and media sell propaganda that women should stay young, beautiful, compliant, and productive. There is no allowance for cycles, off-beaten paths, resistance, or aging. Because of this, oncoming changes are debilitating and terrifying, but there is no reason why they must be. The Maiden Mother Crone trifecta shows us the beauty of our different roles. Rites of passage have been... Do you see my chair? It's like going down. What the heck? Okay. That was funny. There's no allowance. Because of this, oncoming changes... Okay. The Maiden Mother Crone, rites of passage have been commemorated with rituals for thousands of years. And while rites of passage typically focus on birth, adulthood, marriage, eldership, and ancestorship, there are so many various rites of passages that can be overlooked and not honored in the ways in which they deserve. You're between roles, and it's no surprise that you feel like you're on unsteady ground. How can you literally and figuratively break out of the shell that currently contains you and birth into the next phase? As difficult and triggering as it feels, how can you commemorate this experience? What rituals can you implement during these changes to honor your strength while also memorializing the person you used to be? This is I'm getting like future letter from your future self, speaking to yourself right now, saying like you're gonna do it, you're breaking out of this shell, you're becoming a new version of yourself. But the past, Maiden Mother Crone, past, present, future, it's honoring the version of you that you just came out of. Maybe from the past 10 years, maybe just from the past year. Everybody's timeline is going to be different, but there is a part of you that wants to be honored and commemorated. So maybe you're looking into doing some kind of ritual or ceremony, or just a meditation and giving love and honoring that past version of yourself, because that energy is still going to flow to that timeline. I know that sounds confusing, but I've experienced it. I know that we can go into visualizations, go back in time to certain situations and kind of rewrite it how we would have wanted it to go, while also simultaneously accepting the truth of the fact of what actually happened so that it can be processed and healed. And I see somebody emerging and knowing the strength of their words, their power of speaking up and calling things out. Because you're in charge. It's like you are
I want to say you're like the level master, like the master of a certain level, and you are in that position. You're being guided to all of this information, all of this knowledge, so that you are put in places where you can speak up, because you're not judging. You're just like calling things out as they are. Like when people have very limiting beliefs and you're around it, and you can just say a few words and it can shift somebody's whole perspective. That's who you are. Okay, we're going to leave these ones for the end. And we're going to do a little tarot, and then we'll end with an oracle card, because we're already 15:39 in. Don't mind me with my vape, guys. Just going to be myself. Makes things easier, so I don't have to stop it. And wow. So you got some kind of news that was like disappointing, but you didn't let it mentally get to you. So that's what I'm seeing here, is a lot of mental fortitude and a lot of faith in yourself and in your truth, and not allowing illusions, distractions, and confusion to get to you. And it's like when you do notice that you've slipped into that a little bit, you pull yourself back. Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you have a celebration. New opportunity. Okay, let's get a Celtic cross for you real quick. Holy Spirit, archangels, I command the truth. To further elaborate on the spread already out here. Eight of Pentacles, so job, work, mastery of yourself in the spiritual and the physical. Nice. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Ooh. These are all major arcana. Yes, they are. Oh my goodness. You're coming out of some kind of shell. I can tell you that for sure. With judgment coming out as your energy being called, the trumpets being blown, a truth, a revelation of who you are, what you're capable of. Holy manoli. I gotta quit using that now. Yikes. Okay. Whoever you are, you've been at something a very long time, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. There is a thought process that you need to excavate. Yeah. You need to excavate this thought process, because your challenge is the Nine of Swords. There is something you're thinking about way too much. I would definitely consider disconnecting from it in some kind of way. Anyway, actually, do something completely opposite. I see a lot of expansion. I see you wanting to it's like you've been waiting on something. A lot of waiting. I feel like you're just processing a lot, because you have the Hierophant in your subconscious. That's who you really are. That's like your God power. That's seeing people through God's eyes. It's also just a lot of knowledge, a lot of higher learning. Like I said, you know a lot, but you don't always have to show it. Sometimes it's called for, but a lot of the times it's like you're covert, you're undercover for spirit. You manifested something here recently. And in the near, I need to elaborate on this near future, because sometimes for me, the Five of Pentacles can definitely be like a lack mindset, or being left out in the cold by a situation, or something about the body, something going on with the body that is not preferred. But remember, every situation is trying to tell us and show us something. But on the other end, that's why I want to clarify. I've had the Pentacles come out when I was in the I am. So I know that it is possible when the Five of Pentacles to come out that somebody, it's like detaching from everything. Like going on a pilgrimage as well. Going into situations where you have nothing to worry about. So that you can become one with the I am and have some very deep spiritual experiences. And I mean, we do have rite of passage out here with shifting roles, but I feel like you're going from this submissive role to more of like a dominant role. And I don't mean that, I mean that, oh God, I hope that's not misinterpreted. It's like, instead of the people pleaser submissive, you're bringing your opposites together. You're bringing your dominant energy and your submissive energy into an equilibrium. Holy Spirit, can I get one for the Five of Pentacles, please? Nine of Wands. It looks like you're going to be really tired. But Nine of Wands talks about a lot of fire energy. That's what I'm saying. Like, both of the pictures of these people, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of when things got like piled up. Wasn't real, like, it's gonna sound bad, but it's not taking care of like laundry. Things were getting piled up because there was a shifting. There's a shift for somebody there, and it's coming up pretty quickly with this Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. This is giving me like spiritual awakening, because the Judgment card as the energy, and this can take a lot out of us when we're going through these big shifts. Defending this it's taking time. Spirit is defending this here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, because it's a slow process. It's taking a while. But there's celebration. There's the lovers in your environment. There could, I mean, it's bringing something into balance. This is your environment, an opportunity for balance, choosing making a certain choice for your path, something about apples. But I'm getting more like an actual partner. But there is a thought process with death here in your warnings and affirmation. There's a thought process that needs to go, that isn't serving you. And then you have the Tower as your outcome. So something is going to fall down. Something is going to end. And it's going to start a whole new foundation. That's why this Nine of Wands and Five of Pentacles is here. But Three of Wands, I mean, I feel like Page of Cups. It's a start of something new, a new emotional fulfillment, a new emotional... If you haven't been having that tingle, maybe you haven't been getting elated as much as you used to, like the feeling of love, the heart chakra, the butterflies, you know, I feel like it was getting revamped. It's like something had to be pruned away for new growth to come in. That love you sign underneath her arm. Give me one more for the outcome. Give me one more for the outcome. the Queen of Cups, and then the Emperor is underneath that. Yeah, this is totally loving, nurturing. This is like you seeing yourself more clearly than you ever have before, and it's allowing you to take up space. It's like you can go into this room and just you're really wanting to take up space. I see it very clearly with the Queen of Cups and the Emperor here, stepping into your authority, loving on yourself, speaking up. It's like you're a walking contradiction. You're a walking contradiction. You're going through a huge shift right now. Huge. It's almost like getting tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's what's needed in order to break this. That's what's needed to break this. Okay, 2604. Let's get a closing card. Grounding here and now. Staying in the present moment is very important for you. Doing those meditations, growing energetic roots out from underneath of you, imagining it within your mind. Yeah, 27. Breaking down to a 9. This is year 9, guys. Year 9. Bring to your mind an image of a tree. Observe how it is rooted in the ground and branches reaching out towards the sky. Its powerful roots buried deep inside the dark. Hold the strength needed to reach the light. Hold the strength needed to reach the light. To be grounded means to keep our values strong, kindness, integrity, and staying true to your heart. Only then are we truly able to spread our inner light. I am connected to my body, and I value my heart. You have the heart of a lion. Your moon sign could be a Leo. You're just very strong, and you're starting to truly see it and feel it and observe it externally to you. The more you speak up, the more you own the room, the more you own your energy, and the more you own staying grounded and having these rituals, these ceremonies, to commemorate all of the yous that had to be shed, had to be experienced to get you to this point. You're going to be healing timelines, probably healing up some residual energy that you didn't even know existed there still. Every little bit counts, and the more we do, it just keeps adding up. So I love you, the universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time.